Hey, it's all with your little reminders of what is up this week in Warcraft. I'd be grateful if you were to hit the like button, subscribe for more coverage, and to catch me on Twitch. Let's go over a recent hotfix that might not affect you personally, but it goes into the very core of what World of Warcraft is these days. There's a certain part of the Neltharis dungeon where you can activate these burning chains and use them to deal huge damage to mobs. There was a strategy to use these chains on certain packs throughout the dungeon to save some time. Recently, this has been hotfixed to only work on mobs in the room that they're in, nerfing the strat, but not before a handful of teams were able to achieve clear times that at the moment are impossible to achieve without that little trick. This is problematic thanks to the end of season title that'll be given to the top 0.1% of Mythic Plus folk. Now I get it, this is a 1% or, okay, actually this is a 0.1% problem. I can see why these folks would get upset. I can see how others outside of this don't like the game being changed because of what top players do. And I can see how most of you still don't care. But this gives a further glimpse of how competition has influenced WoW to become highly competitive even within its PvE, its co-op gameplay. I'll be talking about this at length sometime this week, but I would like to ask you folks how you feel about competitiveness and how it's been influencing the community. This week is going to be big for collectors. It's a new month, and with it, a new round of trading post items. Double check that you've completed your round of tasks and pick up your goodies from the trading post box. Then expect a preview to come out shortly, probably soon after this video is published, but I'm going to give my reactions to those too as they come in. We do have a small preview of stuff to arrive, including the Spirit of Competition pet, and perhaps appearances related to Blood Trolls, which has some fans really excited. The Trial of Style is in town for the next week, where changing your Transmog is free, and you can compete to expand your collection. Unfortunately, there have not been any new items added since the last Trial of Style, and the next one isn't going to happen until March? Which really doesn't sound right, I hope. Now though is a great time to point out a really cool Transmog add-on that could overthrow my old favorite, Transmog Roulette. Better Wardrobe in Transmog is an extensive add-on that, of course, features a random button. It also lets you quickly view and change into your sets, even display those that aren't fully completed yet. It features other unofficial sets, ones that you've saved across your other characters, and also lets you choose Transmog options via Color Wheel to help you find the exact piece that you want. A link to the add-on is in the description below, so feel free to give it a spin. The Arena Skirmish is happening this week, and Classic Ashran is the Brawl, the most chillingest of them all, where you wander around, you fight a few mobs, maybe get killed a few times, and then you're fighting on a bridge and you win. It's pretty crazy. And over in Mythic Plus World, the affixes are Tyrannical, Incorporeal, Spiteful, and the Great Push. Incorporeal these days should feel like less of a big deal now that more and more players have gotten experience handling it. It's going to be inconvenient as they spawn at around the same time mobs get dropped, leaving players to make snap decisions. They gotta lay down hard crowd control while on the move because, well, they definitely want to prioritize that for Incorporeals over Spitefuls. And depending on the encounter, Incorporeals could be a big nuisance during boss fights if one spawns in an inconvenient location. Meanwhile, what I call the Great Push effects will randomly cause any given player to make ridiculous moves, like pulling entire rooms or employing tactics that no one knows about, let alone have understood in practice. Expect that special effects to last at least another week or two. This week ought to be fun for collecting, and with any luck we'll learn more of what's happening in 10.17 and Dream Surges, which promises a similar level of catch-ups to the Forbidden Reach zone. The question remains if the WoW team is going to try out something similar to the Onyx Amulet, something to design to last through the first few months of Season 3. If they are, I'm a little anxious that they might test it out late, and we know what happens when stuff is put into test late. I'm looking forward to seeing what's next though, and I'll be happy to share my findings with you, so be sure to subscribe and stay caught up. Like the video too, and catch me live for a chat. Thanks for coming, and here's Bob. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay breezy.
Wasted my life, it's obsession. I'm grinding reputation, I won't be denied. Hit that 25 and I'll be famous. Contract spent, I can't slow down. Rep is who I am, can't do anything else, so don't hold me back. Need that gear, I need that bug, I need that pet, so I'm gonna make soup, then I'm gonna world boss, then I'm gonna farm more, then I'm gonna not work, my renown will go up. dig holes. Then I'm gonna dig holes. Then I'm gonna dig holes. Done.